I mean, it's quite a lovely feeling, actually, to know that in just a couple of minutes' time, South Africans will finally be voting in this 20-year of democracy celebration.
Indeed, Leanne, yes, the time is almost approaching. A couple of more minutes before the polls actually open. We're coming to you live from the KZN Rock, the Results Operations Centre right here based at the Moses Mabhida Stadium. Let me just give you a broad scope of what's actually here. There's about 12 political parties that are actually based here at the ROC. Some party representatives have come in, not many, but I'm sure they'll be trickling in. We also have SABC radio stations here, Ukhozi FM and Lotus FM News Break, the current affairs show currently broadcasting live, bringing you all the very latest news as it happens now. In terms of the results, how it's going to flow into here. Now, just with regards to that process, the results will be counted after 9 o'clock, and then the presiding officer obviously will sign off on that. One copy will be kept at the voting station, then another copy will be brought here. Now, this is the area where the data capturers sit. They will be receiving that data, punching it into the system, and then popping it up on that big screen behind me, and then we'll get the results. Now, we're told by the IEC that we're expecting the first results to come in at around 1 o'clock tomorrow morning. That's 1 a.m. on Thursday. So you can log on to SABC News and keep in touch here. We'll be bringing it to you live as it happens. Now, KwaZulu-Natal has been pretty busy, pretty eventful over the past couple of days. In fact, we've had a number of protests. But before we get to that, let's cross over now to Ayanda Mshongo. She's at one of the voting stations in Durban Central. Good morning to you, Ayanda. Where exactly are you, and are you seeing a lot of queues at the moment?
Good morning to you, Blaine. Yes, I'm coming to you live from the George Campbell School. This is one, of course, Blaine, of the 4,700 voting stations that we have across the province of KwaZulu-Natal. Now, this station is in the Durban CBD, and as you're saying, Blaine, the queues outside. We came here early in the morning, just after 5 o'clock, just to set up and get ready, and already there were a couple of people here. And I tell you, since then, Blaine, let me just move, and you can see the queues of people eagerly awaiting. The IEC officials are standing at the doorstep there, ready. In just a couple of minutes, Blaine, they'll be opening those doors, and the first of the people in the queue, I was just chatting to them, very eager and excited to be able to be amongst the first at this polling stations to cast their vote. We have quickly just been checking on other polling stations, Blaine, across the province, and again, we're getting the same sense that the queues, people are already queuing outside those stations. And as I said, like the people here, all very eager to be amongst the first people in the province of KwaZulu-Natal to be casting their votes.
Ayanda, we had some issues yesterday with regards to protests I touched on earlier on. We had reports of a community hall that was actually torched. Is things calm at the moment? What are you hearing?
Yes, definitely, Blaine. That was that unfortunate incident in the Richards Bay area at Mandlazini, to be more precise, where a community hall, which is also a voting station, was set alight by angry community members. Now, of course, what happened at that station, Blaine, they also, during that fire, IEC equipment, voting booths were destroyed. And what the IEC has done is that a couple of meters away from that center, they have now set up a tent, and that is where the voting will be taking place there. Now, of course, due to the situation there were also reports that the community in that particular area were threatening to disrupt the voting today. They have deployed the police, and from the reports from the IEC is that they are confident that with the security in the area, voters will be able to come through and cast their vote. From yesterday morning, Blaine, through to the evening, they were going around trying to inform as many people as possible of that change in the voting station. But they have said it's not too far from the original community hall, so the initial voters will be able to see where that hall. We also had two other, of course, polling stations that were closed due to protest, Blaine. And again, from the IEC, they have indicated to us that they have contingency measures there, and those stations will be open. And that's largely thanks, of course, to the police officers that have been deployed to those areas to ensure that our voting is not only free and fair, but as we said, very safe.
Yeah, thank you very much indeed. I understand by. We'll be crossing to you a little little later on, just literally a few minutes. I think it's already 7 o'clock, so voting stations should be open. Just very briefly, we're just going to bring in our political analysts with regards to the stability of this province. Very, very briefly, Bekim KwaZulu, IEC confident. Are you confident in terms of what you saw in the province?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the IEC has done a sterling job in terms of preparing for this election. Not only has it interacted with all the stakeholders involved, it has also made it sure that all the political parties know exactly what to expect in today's elections. And also the SABC has been brought on board so that at least people are aware of what is happening. So they've done a sterling job, so we're up for this election.
Dr. Bekim KwaZulu, we'll be crossing to him live a little later on, bringing you all the results, all the analysis as they come through. For now, it's back to Johannesburg.